YouTube's AI age verification seems to be causing chaos for users of this website, so today you and I are going to be taking a look at 10-year-old YouTube accounts that are being asked to verify themselves, the creative ways people are getting around the dreaded age verification, and how YouTube as a company has responded to everyone complaining. Before we get into the meat of this, let's very quickly familiarise ourselves with the background of AI age verification on YouTube and go back to July of this year, when YouTube made a post to their official blog announcing that, as of August 13th, they would be using AI to determine whether a user is over 18 or not, in order to, quote, help provide the best and most age-appropriate experiences and protections. Now, YouTube has actually had age verification around before this. I remember a few years ago, YouTube asked me to submit ID because they weren't sure how old I was for some reason. I think it was probably after all of the copper stuff kicked off. And then I had to verify myself again when this channel got monetized, and once again I had to submit my ID. And that was also way before August 2025, that was around August 2024 in fact. But anyway, this blog post marked the introduction of the biggest and most official phase of age verification on the platform, and to the surprise of absolutely no one, the decision to introduce this was received terribly by the internet, especially YouTube users who didn't particularly want to share their driving license, passport, or a selfie of their face with YouTube or Google. At the time of me making this video, it's been a little over 3 months since August 13th, and in that time, countless YouTube users have taken to various social media platforms like Reddit to share their experiences with YouTube's AI age verification. Let's take a look at some examples. Literally turned 18 and my YouTube account got flagged for being a minor. I've had this account for 10 plus years. Yes, I am an adult. Boys, it finally happened after 5+ years on YouTube. I'm 21 LMAO. Really, YouTube? Finally got the YouTube verify age thing. Now, all of a sudden? When is it gonna end? WTF, YouTube? Just verified I'm an adult with a selfie. It happened. Bro, why do I need to verify my age? I'm 23. Done with this stupid app. I was able to verify my age by using my chin-up zombie. Just use this bobblehead guy to verify my age. Well, YouTube, kiss my ass. YouTube really lowballed my age. I'm 22. AI age verification deleted my account. This AI they use for age verification is outright terrible. My channel, over 15 years old by the way, was deleted after I completed the stupid age verification. 21 male, and this is the reply they give me. In 2021, I verified my YouTube account using this ID of Pope John Paul II. My account is still online and working. So YouTube made me verify my identity today. Oh no, this isn't good. Sign here to remove AI age verification on YouTube. This is just sad. My account is old enough to vote, and they still want me to verify ID. I got a pop-up on YouTube asking me to prove I'm over 18. My YouTube account is 19 years old. Now, if I was 23 years old and I'd been happily watching YouTube videos for years without a care in the world, and then all of a sudden one day this pops up on my screen, I would be frustrated. But then again, if this happened in August, or even the first week that YouTube rolled out AI age verification, I think I would somewhat understand it not working 100% because it's still early days. However, as you've just seen, there have still been quite a few Reddit posts since August 13th where accounts created years and years ago have been asked to verify their age. And you would hope, with this feature having been around for 3 months now, that YouTube would have fixed, or at least tried to fix, any issues. Most importantly, 10-year-old accounts being wrongly asked for age verification. Now, one of the biggest things that everyone has wondered since YouTube introduced this has been how to bypass it without handing over your ID. And over the course of the last 3 months, there has been a very interesting variety of methods that people have tried, some of course being more creative than others. Before I talk about these, I just want to quickly say that as a YouTuber, I obviously don't condone using any of these methods. I don't particularly want YouTube to sue me, but with that being said, one of the most popular methods of bypassing YouTube's age verification is just to use a VPN. Of course, there are loads of options out there. I think NordVPN is probably one of the first ones that comes to mind. Not sponsored, by the way, but that's just one of them. Funnily enough, I've seen some VPNs like NordVPN and Malwarebytes actually have pages on their websites specifically advising people how to use them on YouTube, which is pretty funny. Now, of course, not everyone's using VPNs to get past YouTube's age verification. Some people have been selecting the selfie option and then submitting a picture of an adult that isn't them, like a stock image or an image from this person does not exist, which, if you didn't know, is a website that gives you an AI generated image of a person every time you reload the page, hence the name. When all this age verification stuff started kicking off in the UK, I remember seeing news articles saying that people were using pictures of Norman Reedus from the video game Death Stranding 2. On August 4th this year, YouTuber Deep Humor uploaded a video talking about another interesting way of bypassing YouTube's defences, and this was essentially to change your viewing habits so that YouTube just assumes you're an adult based on what you're watching. Specifically, if you watch YouTube videos that aren't made for kids. Literally, videos that are set to not made for kids. And of course you'll know if you're watching one of those if comments are enabled, because videos set as made for kids have their comments automatically turned off, with no way to turn them back on. He also mentioned you could take this a step further and watch age-restricted videos if you so wish. Now, YouTube formally announced that they'd be introducing age verification on July 29th, 2025, and just 3 days later, on August 1st, a YouTube employee made this post here under the announcement on the YouTube help page. This post is pretty thorough, to be fair to YouTube, so fair play for them getting this out so quickly. And some of the most notable bits include confirmation that YouTube will consider how long a user's account has been around for before deciding to ask for ID, and that watching certain types of videos that might be watched by children, such as Minecraft and Roblox videos, won't necessarily affect your chances of being asked for ID. Specifically, this paragraph says that YouTube's age estimation doesn't only look at one type of content to determine whether a user is under the age of 18. I don't think I've said this in this video yet, but I am absolutely not a fan at all of handing over my ID to supposedly gain access to certain types of content on the internet, especially to massive, powerful companies like Google. I understand doing it if you're applying to get monetized on YouTube because they need to verify that they're paying an actual human being, but that is absolutely the only exception. Age verification has understandably become a huge topic of discussion in the past few months, not only in the US but also in countries like the UK, and I think this petition shows just how opposed people are to it. I'm not sure if the US or other countries have this system, but here in the UK, if someone creates a petition and it gets 100,000 signatures, the UK government will debate it, and the people who sign the petition can only hope that they'll get a new outcome on the topic of the petition. Talking about this one specifically, as you can see, it's asking the UK government to reappeal the Online Safety Act and reconsider age verification. And as of the time of me making this video, this petition has got 550,000 signatures, absolutely smashing the target out of the park. Unfortunately, the government responded with a great big nothing burger, in short saying that they're simply not going to reappeal the act. But interestingly, it does say on here that there's going to be a debate about this petition on December 15th. So if there is any crazy outcome, like the UK government saying, actually we've changed our minds and you no longer have to verify your age to access certain websites, let's all live happily ever after, I'll be sure to make another video about it. If we take our focus back to YouTube, unfortunately it is virtually impossible to gauge the percentage of users that have been asked for their ID out of the total number of people who visit the website. So while I know I've included quite a few angry Reddit posts and comments in this video, I'm assuming the people who don't get asked for their ID won't make a Reddit post because they haven't been asked. So it is undeniably tricky to determine how often YouTube incorrectly asks users to verify themselves. But even if YouTube's verification only messes up a very small amount of the time, there is a much bigger issue at play here that we can't ignore, and that's the massive increase in YouTube relying on AI for important decisions. I know YouTube has had its machine learning systems since the beginning of time and that they've never been perfect, but with innocent YouTubers like Enderman being wrongfully terminated in recent times, I can't help but think that YouTube is overly relying on AI more and more. Issues like this obviously create a massive and very necessary debate surrounding the use of AI, the things it should and shouldn't be used for, and if it should even be used at all. AI is all over YouTube in 2025, and it seems the reason for that is very simply because the company absolutely loves it. You only need to look at YouTube's blog if you don't believe me. They talk about AI like it's their golden child. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure plenty of people like the AI features on this platform, but as for me, I just find it pretty soul destroying, and I think this image provides a great representation of how I feel towards AI, especially on YouTube. As you can see, this YouTuber uploaded a 10-minute video about why he lost his job to AI, a terrible thing to happen to someone, and clearly something that's deeply personal and important to this creator. And as you can see below the video, an AI-generated video summary has come and unapologetically taken away the need to watch this YouTuber talk about his life experiences, because why watch a 10-minute video when you can read a summary of it in 20 seconds? I know I'm flip-flopping a little bit here, but something I should mention in YouTube's defense, kind of, is that over the years they've been sued multiple times for various issues, but the biggest one of all was to do with them violating COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and collecting children's data without consent. If I was in charge of YouTube, I wouldn't particularly want to get sued again, especially for $170 million like the first time. And to avoid that happening, I would make sure that the website follows government rules to a T, with one of those rules being age verification. But I don't know, man, it is all just a bit depressing in the end, especially when you think back to how things used to be and the motto of broadcast yourself. It does make you think about how much things have changed, and not necessarily for the better. Let me know your thoughts on YouTube's AI age verification in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you all very much for 50,000 subscribers. I'm actually over the moon right now. Thanks everyone, I'll see you again soon.